Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome back to our podcast. I'm Sam.
And I am Emma. Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about something really important, how to make your listening practice super effective.
That's right, Emma. We often talk about what to do to improve your English, but today we're going to look at it from a slightly different angle. Today, we're talking about what not to do when practicing your listening skills.
Exactly. Think of it as a what not to do guide to help you get the most out of your listening time. So, let's dive in.
Okay, the first big don't is this: not too hard, not too easy. Don't choose material that is too difficult or too easy. This is a really common one, isn't it, Emma?
It really is, Sam. Let's think about why. If the material is too difficult, you can feel very discouraged. This can make you want to give up. We definitely don't want that.
Absolutely. Start thinking, oh, English is too hard for me, or I'll never understand. But it might just be that the material wasn't right for your current level.
And on the other hand, if the material is too easy, you won't learn much. You need a little bit of a challenge to grow.
So, the key is finding that sweet spot. They should stretch you a little bit, make you focus, but they should still be understandable.
All right, moving on to our second point. This is a big one. Don't just passively listen without a purpose. Sam, what do we mean by passively listening?
Passive listening is when English audio plays in the background while you're doing other things, like cooking or scrolling. You hear it, but you're not focused on understanding it. On the other hand, passive listening is useful as well, but not as much as active listening. You can do it as extra studying.
Absolutely, Sam. Active listening is where the real learning happens. So before you start listening, it's a great idea to give yourself a purpose, a reason for listening.
For example, your purpose could be to understand the main idea of the conversation. Or maybe you want to try to catch specific pieces of information, like names, places, or numbers.
It's like going to the supermarket. If you go without a shopping list or a purpose, you might wander around and not get what you need. But if you go with a list, a purpose, you're much more efficient.
The next don't is something I think almost every language learner experiences. Don't get discouraged if you don't understand everything. It's so easy to feel bad when you miss words or sentences.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely normal not to understand every single word. The important thing is to catch the general meaning, the main message. Are they happy? Sad? Are they talking about work or a holiday? Getting the overall idea is a big success.
Exactly. And you'll get the hang of understanding over time with practice. Don't let the parts you don't understand overshadow what you do understand.
This leads nicely to our next point. Don't be afraid to listen to the same material multiple times. Some people think they should always listen to something new.
Yes, but listening again can be incredibly helpful. The first time you listen, you might catch the main topic. The second time, you might understand more details or notice some new vocabulary. Each time you listen, you can have a different mini-purpose.
So, stop changing your listening materials constantly. You'll be surprised how much more you understand by the third or fourth listen.
Now, what about those unknown words? Our fifth don't is don't focus too much on unknown words and stop listening. This can really break your flow.
It's true. When you hear a word you don't know, you might want to stop or check your dictionary. This is a common problem.
Instead of stopping for one or two unknown words, try to guess the meaning from the context. Look at the other words in the sentence and think about the topic. What could it mean?
And keep listening. Often, the rest of the conversation will give you more clues. You can always make a quick note of the word if you want to, and then look it up later on. Okay, let's talk about variety. This is a very important don't. Don't only listen to one type of accent or content. The English-speaking world is so diverse.
That's a great point. In real life, you'll meet people with many different English accents. If you only listen to one type of accent in your practice, you might find it very difficult when you hear a different one.
And it's not just about accents. It's also about the type of content. Don't just listen to news reports if that's all you do. Try listening to casual conversations, interviews, presentations, stories, or even audiobooks.
Listening to different types of content develops your understanding skills much more broadly. It makes you a more flexible and confident listener. So, don't listen to one type of content. This next one is all about mindset. Don't expect to see results overnight. This is a journey, not a race.
Absolutely. Learning a language and improving your listening skills takes time and patience. It's like planting a seed. You have to water it regularly and wait for it to grow. You won't see a big tree the next day.
Sometimes learners feel let down by their progress because they've been practicing for weeks and don't feel fluent yet. You might not notice it day by day, but if you look back over a few weeks, you will see a difference.
And while we're talking about practice, don't forget to make it enjoyable. If your practice feels like a chore, it's going to be very hard to stay motivated.
That's so true, Emma. If you love cooking, listen to English cooking shows or podcasts. If you're into football, find English commentaries or interviews with players.
Think about what you enjoy doing in your own language, and then try to find similar content in English. Learning a language can and should be fun.
Okay, our next point is to be a bit more active. Don't just listen. Interact with the material if possible. What do we mean by interacting, Emma?
Well, it means going beyond just hearing the words. For example, you could take notes while you listen. Write down key ideas, new vocabulary, or questions you have.
You could also try to summarize what you heard. After listening, tell someone about it in English or write a short summary. This really checks your understanding.
Another great technique is shadowing. This is when you try to repeat what the speaker is saying almost at the same time as them, or just after them. It's fantastic for pronunciation and rhythm. Okay, here's another important one. Don't ignore the importance of context. Context can give you so many clues to help you understand.
What exactly is context? Well, it's the situation around the conversation. Who is speaking? Where are they? What's their relationship? What's the general topic? All these things can help you understand what's being said.
For example, if you know the speakers are at a restaurant, you can expect to hear words related to food, ordering, and paying. If they sound angry, you can interpret their words differently than if they sound happy.
Look for these contextual clues. If you're watching a video, pay attention to the visuals, the setting, the speaker's expressions, and their body language. So, don't just focus on the words in isolation. Okay, Emma, we're getting near the end of our list, and this is a habit that many learners try to break. Don't translate every word into your native language in your head.
Oh, this is a tough one, but it's so important. If you are constantly translating from English to your own language as you listen, it really slows you down.
Think about it. The speaker is continuing to talk while you're busy translating the last sentence in your head. By the time you've translated it, You've missed the next few sentences. It makes it very hard to keep up and understand the flow of the conversation.
And finally, Sam, perhaps the most important don't of all if you want to see real improvement.
I think I know what you're going to say, Emma. It's about sticking with it, isn't it?
You got it. The final and super important point is don't practice irregularly. Consistency is crucial for improvement. This is the golden rule.
It really is. Practicing for 15 to 20 minutes every day is much, much more effective than practicing for 2 hours only once a week or once a month. Short, regular sessions help your brain to process and remember English much better.
It's about building a habit. When you do something consistently, it becomes a natural part of your routine. And try to stick to it.
Consistency will make all the difference in your listening skills and your overall English learning journey.
Wow, that was a comprehensive list of don'ts, Sam. But hopefully, by understanding these common pitfalls, our listeners can make their English listening practice even more effective.
I hope so, too. Remember, everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. It's part of the process.
The key is to learn from them and find strategies that work best for you.
That's all the time we have for our podcast. Boost, keep practicing, stay motivated, and you'll see improvements.
Until next time, happy listening, everyone.
Bye for now.